Well, heidi ho, my peeps. Man, it's been a few days since my last update, and I've tried on several occasions to shoot another video, and I have shot little clips here and there, but there really wasn't much to say. I will recap it. I've been cleaning the Airstream. Since Mike moved out, we took a load to the dump, and I have, my trailer is half full again. Grant and his brother and their friend Matt all took off for Idaho yesterday morning to transport some stuff that belonged to Grant's brother that actually survived the creek fire a few years ago. So they've got a generator, an ATV vehicle thing, and you know, solar panels and this and that, just as much stuff as they could cram into, well, cram into 3 trucks. Unfortunately, they had to turn around about 30 miles from here and come back because the brakes failed on the brother's truck that has been sitting unmaintained for years. So they had done quite a bit. The radiator, the carburetor, new tires. I mean, they went through and just did all the stuff that needed to be done, except, and they didn't know this at the time, but the master cylinder on the brakes was beginning to fail. They didn't, you know, that wasn't evident when they did the test drive. So Grant's brother will be back, hopefully sooner than later, to fix the brakes and give it another go, see if they can't get back there. So Grant is going to be gone for about a week, and I'm taking advantage of being alone in my house. I mean, you know, I adore Grant. We have fun together. I miss him when he's gone. He's my friend and companion and beloved and all of that stuff. But when the coyote decides it's time to clean and organize, everybody just stand back, or someone will lose an eye or maybe even a finger. So it's best for me to do all that when I'm alone. So right, just as soon as he drove out the driveway, I got myself some lunch and I started in. So right now I am working on his office, which really isn't so much an office as it is a storage area for books, photos, tools, different flashlights, batteries, you know, all that kind of junk that is better stored in the house than out in one of the storage containers. However, there's a bunch of stuff that needs to go out into storage containers. Out of season clothing, tools that don't belong in the house, you know, that kind of thing. So I have been picking up all the mouse peed on and pooped on scraps of paper and bags and broken cardboard boxes and chewed up socks and, you know, every other thing you can think of that a mouse would get into. And I have been throwing that in big old bags into the back of my trailer and cleaning as I go. So I'm going to insert a few photos here to show you what I was starting with here. Okay, so that's what I started with, and this is where I am now. I've got a bunch of clothes here that need to be folded up and put away. I've got some other stuff here that does not belong in the office. It's empty containers and some speakers that go to technology that we no longer even own. And, okay, so here we are. I'm going to show you this. So, I still need to take all these books down, reorganize them, get rid of a bunch of that stuff that's up there, and make more room for books. I need to do this corner, lots of wasted space up at the top. I can fix that with some shelves. And then over here, I have this entire bookshelf to deal with. So it looks like I haven't done anything, but I actually have. And here we go. So I have started going through all these books, not going through them, but just arranging them a little more tightly. I went through all of those drawers, put stuff in there that belongs there, started to organize things to get in like containers, like anything having to do with videos or VCRs are in a container, anything having to do with like seeds and growing things, that kind of thing. So this is going to be quite the ongoing battle, but I'm making progress, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm going to take this little bookshelf here, and I'm going to put it up on top and run a screw through it so it doesn't fall off and clobber anybody. And that will give me some more vertical space for books there. So, little bit by little bit, I'm going to deal with this room. I'm making a lot of progress, but it's slow going. What I'm working on tonight is filling in this big gap around my door frame. You know, that's supposed to have a door casing around it to cover all that. I don't have a door casing, and I'm probably never going to buy one. So I'm just going to fill it with wood putty and sand it and paint over it. So I did get all this wall over the door and all back there all painted. I've begun to put the books on the shelves. I'm trying to put them in some sort of an order. I polished this little chest of drawers, and I think against the wall there I'm going to put those two bookcases. I'm going to paint them to match the wall, and I'll put them against the wall over there. There's a little dining table that goes in here too that'll be probably in front of the bookcases, but I won't have anything in the bookcases that we'll need to get to very often. It would be something minor. Man, I still have to paint all that tomorrow. And I am slowly pulling books out of these bookcases here and off the floor in the other room. I have big piles. See, big piles all over the room. And as I determine what categories I need to fill up, I'm putting them on the shelves. And that's always kind of a tall order, because, you know, unless you actually separate all your books out on the floor so you can tell the volume of each kind of book you have, it's sort of a crapshoot about where you're going to start putting them. You know, what if you fill up a section of bookcase and you realize, oh gosh, you know, I've got way more cookbooks than I thought, so I'm going to have to, you know, make room for those in another area, but I want them all to be together, so I need to pull them down and put them somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. Figuring out categories of books is no problem, but when you have as many books as we have, volume becomes a real issue. So anyhow, I'm just, I'm just throwing myself at it every day. Grant probably won't be home for maybe 3 days, maybe longer. It depends on how much fun he's having with his brother. I want to show you guys something that I ran across. I think it's really hilarious. Here we go. So I'm looking at all these books, and I find this one completely riddled with mold. the only one I found, but look what the title is. The Complete Book of Composting. That book is self-composting for some reason. I guess it's decided it wants to return to the land. Oh God. So anyway, that's where I am so far. Okay, so I have this little entryway all painted. I also painted the side of this bookcase. It needs another coat, but it's the same color as the wall. Before I do any more painting, I'm going to come through and I'm going to fill all the little holes and the bigger holes and any little notches that need to be filled in our walls. I did get my lovely old mirror hung back up there. I have holes drilled in this door because when we turn on the swamp cooler, if we have the door closed, no airflow comes through. So I have done this to give us some airflow. Alrighty, so here's the closet. I'm sorting things into these Costco boxes. The closet has been painted. I also painted the ceiling the same color. It's obviously a darker color than the actual ceiling. So this has all been painted and it's ready for me to put shelving up at the top. I'm going to do the same kind of shelving in the closet that I've got there that will add more off the ground storage. I have a beautiful portrait of Sarah and her lovely firstborn up there. Sarah is Grant's daughter, and I consider her mine too. And yeah, so I got the books all reshelved, and then over on this side, I did finally clean this thing out. So I'm going to paint that the same color as the wall, so it'll have some uniformity. This has been painted the same color as the wall, but I need to fill all of these little things and give it another coat. What I think I'm going to do with this is I think I'm going to put it up top there, and I'm going to run some screws to screw it into the wall so it doesn't put too much weight on this antique bookcase that Grant's grandfather made. And that will give me some more vertical storage for books and whatever ends up in there. This bookshelf, the same. I didn't do much to it. Okay, so let me show you where I'm at in here. So I have categorized, photographs are in here, random paperwork is in there, antique postcards are in here. This is all Grant's family stuff. Various and sundry things that are going to find a place. I keep acquiring empty containers as I sort stuff. Now I know this doesn't look like it's been sorted, but it has been. The little containers, just small junk that needs to be further sorted. This is stuff that is tools and things that probably need to go outside. This is all the photographic equipment. Over here is more tools and things that probably go outside. That's Nick's Yamaha, which belongs over in that corner. Then some just different things that need to probably go outside. Grant keeps his extra shoes in there. Back in there, I've got stuff like seeds, things to grow. I've got a lot of empty, like bags, and they're all going to go in the same place, and they're all going to go outside. There's a bunch of health stuff in here. This is all tools and things that need to go outside. I have my antique radios. I don't think I'm going to clutter up Grant's office with any of the antique pieces, particularly because these don't come from his home. So in the office, I just want to put stuff that's his own memorabilia and all of that, because God knows he never puts anything out on his own, so I'm going to do it for him. Oh my, I'm watching out the window. I see the cattle are running for the gate. I bet they're feeding them right now. Okay, so there you go. I know, yeah, it looks real messy, but I know what is in the boxes and I know what I need to do to get the boxes emptied and the stuff put away. So I'm on it.